lot of times in our class, we start in our cross leg position. I would like to give you a lot of options in this position because there's so many that you'll find very beneficial. When you are sitting in the cross leg position, there's two options. One, you can sit like this, or two, you can sit up on something to allow your hips to rise and your knees to fall down to the mat. How do you choose? If you find when you get into your cross-leg position, your knees are riding high, that means you need to sit up on something. Give it a try, you can always work your way down. In our cross-leg position, we want to anchor into our hips. We're going to take our hands and arms out by the side. Using that big inhale, we're going to lift up the arms. We're going to exhale, we're going to join those hands together and we're going to invert the palms up to the ceiling. In this shape, we're going to feel our hips sink heavier into the mat. We feel those biceps by our ears and we're ready to take a big lean over to the right side of the room. Reaching out through your palms, through your shoulders, and trying to anchor into that left hip and leg. Inhale up through the center, take your exhale, reaching out through that left side, taking those palms up and over, reaching. Back through the center, turn the palms down, fan the arms all the way down, and place the hands, palms down onto your knees. Rolling the shoulders. Working into our seated cat and cows. Slide your hands in until your elbows lock by your rib cage. Lift up your chest, drop your head and neck back. Exhale as you tuck your chin and round forward, bringing your hands and fingertips underneath your knees and lean back. When you lean back, you're going to feel your arms get a little bit longer. Lean back a little bit more. Don't be afraid to fall out of this because this is where you get a lot out of this move. Inhale, come up, squeeze and hold. Lifting up through your chest, dropping your head and neck back. Exhale, bring it forward once again. Lean back a little bit more. Feel like you're wrapping your shoulder blades around to the front of your body. And then we're coming up one more time. We do this one 3 times. Bring it up, squeeze and hold. Exhale, round it forward. From this position, it's a great way to get started into our body rolls. The body rolls might look weird, but they feel so good and have so many benefits for our body. So in our body rolls, we come forward, lean over to the side, we roll it to the back, and we come around through the other side. The main thing here is to feel this movement. Feel it through the hips, the arms kind of move, and the whole body just knows what it wants to do. Remember, breathing is key in any of your classes, not just the stretch class. Get ready to take it in the other direction. As the chest sweeps forward, we round it to the back, and we keep going. And we're going to stay in this forward position. If you have a block or you have something that can bring the floor closer to you, now's a great time to use it. You're going to start by placing your fingertips on top of the block, sliding it forward. Coming forward a little bit more, dropping your head down until your biceps frame your ears. Reach out. You're going to know where to stop because your hips are going to start to lift off the mat. We want to keep everything nice and anchored as we reach even more to the front. Slide the block over to the right, or if you just have your hands on the floor, slide your hands. Walk through the center, and we're going over to the left side, reaching out and anchoring. reaching out through the fingertips, anchoring through your hips. Slowly walk your hands back, and we're gonna walk up. And now's a great time to undo the cross-leg position. You know, a lot of us are not used to being in that for long periods of time. Take the legs out. And then when you come back in, maybe you want to try putting the opposite foot in front. It's always nice to break habits. It makes your brain work a little bit better. The neck. Our next group of exercises is going to target our neck, which we always need help there. One beautiful way to warm up your neck is by taking your fingertips. We're going to place them on top of our shoulders. You're going to notice your elbows move out to a 90-degree angle. From this position, we're going to take those elbows. We're going to try and tap them. Tap them together. We're going to reach back with the fingertips, reaching toward the shoulder blades. You're going to notice your elbows come up, and we would love to have those elbows pointed up to the ceiling. You're going to feel a beautiful stretch of your triceps if you're doing that one, if you're doing it the right way. Keep the elbows in close by the ears, and now we're ready to circle out. We want to squeeze the shoulder blades together so your elbows are going to move away from the body just a little bit more. And now we're ready for the second round. We also do this one 3 times. Bring the elbows together, tap them together. Now reach back. Reach back, creep the fingertips. We go a little bit bigger this time. Those elbows come up. And we want to keep our neck in a neutral position. Sometimes you find yourself looking up or looking down. We want to be looking straight ahead with that head and neck. Come back out with those elbows. Squeeze and hold. And last time around the bend, here we go. Tap the elbows. Reach back. And slowly take them out to the side with a little extra hold here. And then drop those hands and arms down. Roll the shoulders. Look a little right and a little bit left, up and down, because our next group of next exercises are going to go a little bit deeper now that we're nicely warmed up. Keep your left hand resting in your lap. Lift up that right hand and arm and bring it to the left ear. Tilt your head so that your right ear goes down to the right shoulder. We're never pulling. My hand is on top of my head. My fingertips are on my left ear. But there's a little pressure, but we're never, ever craning or doing crazy things like that. Look up at a ceiling tile so our gaze is lifted. Tuck the chin just a little to look down to your lap. Notice how every time we move the head, it's a whole different sensation. Third and final move has us looking toward the right knee or maybe underneath the right arm. We want to have some heaviness in the shoulder, allowing this left shoulder to drop a little bit heavier. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, remove that right hand, bring it down into the lap. Roll the shoulders, and let's get ready for the other side. We're going to start by placing the right hand into our lap. We're dropping that right shoulder nice and heavy. We're going to inhale and lift up this left hand, bring it to the right ear. Then we're going to drop left ear to left shoulder. Our first move has us gazing up at the ceiling as we allow everything to settle in. We're going to tuck our chin to look down to the lap. And turning to look underneath the left arm or down to the left side of your knee. Come back to the center. Move that left arm. Bring it to the lap. Tuck your chin down to your chest. We're going to do some neck circles. First, we're going to go down with our chin, tucking into the chest. Inhale and lift your chin up. Exhale, drop the head and neck back. Continue to do this move for 3 rounds. On your next move, we're going to return our head to our starting point in a neutral neck. Tilt your head to the right, drop it back, tilt it to the left, come around through the center. Continue to do that move 3 times. And let's reverse it. And we're done with our neck. Few more moves for you in our cross-leg seated position. Bring the arms up, interlace your hands, and we're going to place our hands where our head and neck join together. The biggest challenge here is to keep the elbows from coming forward. And we're going to rotate to the right. Now notice when you rotate, did you just kind of pull your neck that way? What we want to do is really rotate with our lower body. Come back through the center and rotate to the other side. You're going to feel like you're waking up those core muscles, and we're opening up through the upper body as well. Slowly bring the hands all the way down. Take your right hand around your back. Take your left hand, interlace it there. We're going to tilt our left ear to left shoulder and get a little more opening for you on your neck and your shoulder. You're not going to go too far with this one because you're going to notice you're fairly restricted. But just a little, and keep your gaze looking up on this one. We warmed up all the way to our grand finale here. Bring it up, your neck that is, and just take your hands to the other side. The left hand and arm's going to wrap around to the right, and now we drop right ear to right shoulder. Now for me, this stretch is happening down the left side of my neck, but it's also traveling into my shoulder, which is good. Slowly bring yourself back up. Undo your hands, and those are some great exercises in our seated cross-leg position.